We keep our fingers crossed it's permanent. It has stopped raining. It's the 9th qualifying session of the season. So far this year, Lewis Hamilton with 4 poles, Nico Rosberg with 3 poles, Felipe Massa with 1 pole.
Quite dramatically and categorically that he's got all the tools available to him and within his own skill sets to win.
Practice in the dry, but neither Nico nor Lewis set a time during the wet.
It didn't seem as slick as it looked this morning when these guys are somewhat nearer the limit, it must be said. But normally if a track's really super slick, it shows up whatever you're out there in.
It's just you proving you haven't lost it, mate. That's what it is.
No, well, you can see out there. There's a bit of a dry line as well. You know, the tarmac is sort of, isn't it? So let's. I do like it when they have to get out and tippy-toe around on some slick tyres and see who can light them up and who can't.
Intermediates so far, though. Ted Kravitz
on the Ferrari with the yellow stripe. That doesn't mean that they've got the yellow stripe tyre underneath, not least because they haven't got the green stripe intermediate at the moment. Good to see Max Chilton first out, so as we reported a little earlier, great job by the Marussia guys, change his gearbox, get him ready for qualifying. He's going to want to shake down the car. And I think for everybody else, the idea...
4 sets. They only get an extra set if it's wet during a Friday practice, which it wasn't. And so that's why we didn't see Mercedes out there this morning conserving tyres. Who knows? This is the UK. What might happen with tomorrow's weather? But it'd be a brave person out there on slicks at the moment. But if somebody does, they'll all have to give it a try. Some
are going out on brand new sets of intermediate tyres. Others, Sebastian Vettel for instance, on tyres that have already put in 6 laps during the course of this morning. There's a bit of a mix-up.
So there's no sinking first gear.
There and thinking, no, we don't need to use any intermediates at the moment, as Hamilton proves it's still a little bit slippy in patches coming onto the Wellington straight there. But the Williams guys haven't come out yet. Everybody else is either on the track, well, they are all on the track at the moment. Hamilton picking up speed. He's a second clear and a second faster through the first sector.
If the race was starting now, they'd all be on slicks if they thought it wouldn't rain again. There's no doubt about that, which for me is always irrelevant.
Complete it. And now just through the final corner. This is Club, one of the two where if you exceed the track limits you get your lap time deleted. I think he had part of his right. Interestingly, Kevin Magnussen on the team radio saying to the team, we're not going to go quicker lap.
And you know, they don't come much braver than Kobayashi, as we know.
So the car's broken, so they've had to bring him back into the pits. Hopefully they can fix it in time.
Caterham with new fastest, but that's a net second fastest for him. So Jules Bianchi is currently the fastest man on the track with 1.5 minutes to go. Kobayashi, Ericsson going out, and there is the Caterham beached of Adrian Sutil. So we're going to have 2 Ferraris out here. Disappointing end to that first part of qualifying.
Of course, we could have gone out earlier. We didn't see that rain coming, to be honest. Didn't see that on the radar. Yellow flags are always a threat. We thought we could handle that, yeah, at the time obviously we thought we were doing it coming on the radar and we'd ignored it. Yes, of course we'd have questions to answer, but no, it was a little bit luck of the draw, I think.
I hope that your weekend gets better.
The car snapping on him. We saw this happen to a few drivers there. That was comfortably through at this point, despite this huge oversteer moment from Felipe Massa. Caught up behind the car in front. He runs out wide through the final corner. I was really interested to see what was going to happen about this one. Of course, he desperately... I was watching the countdown just when Alonso was going into Brooklands. He couldn't complete his lap. Maggots and Beckett's slip sliding around, and all chances were gone. So...
probably actually chose exactly the right time to put them on. Unfortunately, he made that mistake and never...
Getting close to the top every so often. What's going to happen to Grosjean? He's understeered his way into Cop, so he's going to get on the very slippery green paint. They've taken the Astra away for this year.
Done with it.
Great clarity there.
Yeah.
Or a perfect storm in every sense of the word.
More rain, which is completely unpredictable where they will come.
It doesn't actually matter. The mechanics can put the rear wheels on anyway, and all this time his front brakes are overheating. So yeah, strange few problems.
These guys getting the temperature up a little bit quicker, going out into the slips that the stewards are looking at in terms of exceeding the track limits.
Coming around Brooklands there at turn 6, and then just getting the...
Isn't there, Johnny? Because I mean, these conditions are not ideal, and that's Maldonado's.
much with that kind of thing, though. But it's all about respecting the people who are there to save your life if you have a big accident, the corner workers.
Mark Webber watches on from the Red Bull garage, and the Maldonado and Perez is going to be investigated after the session for impeding. Here's Hamilton through the Vale chicane. He went fastest in the middle sector. His teammate Nico Rosberg has gone fastest through the first sector. On board with Hamilton, crosses the line, goes into... unwraps, out he goes. Lewis, he needs to speed up, says Nico Rosberg, but Lewis was behind Sergio Perez, the Force India there. On Kevin Magnussen through the first sector, Magnussen through the middle sector. We come towards the end of that now, watching Sebastian Vettel. He's way down on time here. Magnussen's way down on time as well. Looks like as hard as he possibly can to improve on 10th place. He won't want to get beaten by his teammate once again. Hulkenberg goes on second. Vettel now in sector. Jenson Button goes second fastest. Rosberg goes on pole by one.
Higher event so far. Suddenly, he wasn't there when he needed it.
Well, just look at the way he's here running for Mercedes. It's Rosberg that takes it. And Vettel, but